Babe, is it too late to make a joke about that ship stuck in the canal, or has that ship sailed? Get it?
That ship has sailed.
Okay. I won't make one then.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna go do Corvette stuff, news stuff. Bye. Alright, welcome back everyone to another edition of Corvette News with your host, VetOnVettes. A couple of quick announcements and we'll get into the news. Now I know I'm almost done mechanically with the C5 with the 06 behind me, and I was going to do a larger cam, but I am thinking about doing maybe a rotary swap. There's a shop nearby that specializes in rotary type engines, and it might be kind of cool to see a C5 Z06 rev up to like 10 grand. So want your all's thoughts and opinions on that. And also where I work now, my new office out in Virginia Beach, speed humps, and it's getting kind of annoying. So I might be lifting the car 1.5, maybe 1 3/4 inches, and I'll do a fun tutorial on that. All right, to the news. 6 fun, interesting stories about Corvette from all over the globe. This first one kind of shocked me. This is a press release from GM itself stating that they want to resurrect the Chevette name under what they're trying to do with the C8 SUV, kind of the same umbrella. Think of it like the G8, G6, what Pontiac did a few years back. So they kind of have the Corvette as the umbrella brand, and then the SUV, and then the Chevette is a smaller powerhouse, if you will. So that would be kind of unique. I'm not sure what badging it would use. A Corvette badge would be fitting for it. The Chevette name's not too bad, and it'd be pretty cool. You know, would they go mid-engine approach, front engine? Would it just be a watered-down Corvette, more affordable? I don't know, only time will tell. All right, more C8 Corvette news. GM has announced for the mid-model refresh 2024, it will be adding more cargo room up front. They want to match the rear end so you can fit 2 golf bags in the rear. They want to match it so you can fit 2 golf bags in the front as well. Now they did say it will extend the overall length of the car by about 12 inches, height up front by about 4 inches. And the lines should not be too exaggerated. It should still look aesthetically pleasing, especially if you're in charge of carrying all the golf gear for that day, etc. It will make your life a little easier, so thank you GM for that. Furthermore, it will also include a camping package. Think Pontiac Aztec. It will have its own proprietary tent that you can set up in front of the car with the hood open, so that'll be interesting. All right, C6 news. Chevy has recalled all C6 Corvettes short of the 13427 and the ZR1. They understand they messed up the front end designing it, so if you bring it into any Chevy dealer, they will do the recall for free. Pretty much they will be swapping out the front end bumper area with the C5 bumper, and it will be tricky with no pop-up headlights on the C6, but for an extra charge they will make your C6 headlights pop up to totally match the front bumper of a C5. Being an owner of a C5, I fully support this, and it's cool that GM has this technical recall bulletin out. So if you have a C6, go fix that front end, guys. All right, GM has introduced a new benchmark in the performance segment. You always hear about 0 to 60 times, quarter mile times, braking times going forward, but now they've adapted this new performance measure, and magazines as well, such as Car and Driver and Motor Trend are behind it. And those are reverse benchmarks. Simply 0 to 60 in reverse and braking 60 to 0 in reverse. Unfortunately, there's only one gear typically in a reverse situation. They have blown through quite a few motors, seizing up over red line. So they're trying to get that ironed out, maybe adding a second or a third reverse gear for a lot of their GM products. Now, subsequently, they found that the braking tests are pretty horrible because traditionally you have larger rotors up front, but now they're toying with the idea of making rear tires turn as well, and larger rotors in the back for reverse gear stopping. And GM does plan on holding a record for the Nürburgring in the fastest reverse time. I wonder if they're going to do it with the C8 platform or choose something else. Only time will tell. This next story is kind of sucks, and I guess it was a matter of time, but the Corvette name itself is under fire in the public eye. It's become kind of common knowledge in recent months what a Corvette, the name actually stands for, and that's a tiny little warship armed to the teeth that'll escort larger warships. Now, a lot of people are expressing their views and concern over this, worried that it'll make some cars violent towards others. And it might even give some people the idea of strapping large firearms onto their Corvettes to mimic the battle type ship. And furthermore, they're worried that GM will think their Corvettes are seaworthy, which they're not. There are prototypes out there to retrofit a lot of Corvettes with floating type devices. No renderings on that yet, but if I come across anything where a float kit for your Corvette, so you can in fact make it an actual Corvette, like the namesake says, I'll let you guys know. Lastly this week, the Corvette Museum is planning on holding another sinkhole event. They want to do an actual live event this time. If you're not familiar, about 10 years ago it did happen, but no one was there to see it, so they do want to do a planned event. Now, to add more mystique to this, and tickets are available right now, you're not going to know exactly when or where on the compound it's going to happen. It could be in the parking lot and it could swallow your car. So if you do go to this event trying to catch another sinkhole, be vigilant of where you are, your surroundings. GM does say if your Corvette does fall into a hole, they are not liable. But it should be pretty fun for the whole family to see. Cars getting swallowed up by natural sinkholes, but they will be, in fact, using small pieces of dynamite and other explosives to trigger a sinkhole. So I think this event's planned in May. I'll put a link below in the description if I can find the exact details on that event. So look for that event coming down the pipeline. Again, that's in Bowling Green, where they will be doing a live sinkhole event on the premise. Well, gang, that's it for this week. If you made it this far and weren't sure if I was full of shit, it's April Fool's. I had a lot of fun doing this segment, and I had to take quite a few of these a few times without laughing. These are very absurd, and I thought it'd just be fun, you know. Last year I didn't really do much for April Fool's because given what's going on, but I figured this year, why not have a little fun with it? So hope you guys enjoyed this, and next week I'll have some more Corvette news, real news for you guys. And obviously I'm not putting a rotary engine or lifting my Corvette. But yeah, that's all I have for today, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this and aren't too confused. And if you're tuning in for the first time, I hope you didn't watch the first minute and totally get turned off by this. So it wasn't my intention, and I'm sorry. Hopefully you watched the whole thing all the way through. Alright, gang, I'm gonna go edit this, get it out to you guys while it's still the first, and yeah, mark out.